Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. Like they say, every other evening. Hope everyone's been brilliant and kept warm out there, because it's come the weekend again. And what do we have today? Absolutely mayhem with rain. It didn't half come down, didn't it? It's flooded everywhere. I'm not too sure if the games will be on this weekend, but it's supposed to be brightening up. It'll still be cold. Just make sure all the kids are all well wrapped up, got an extra layer on before they kick footballs, kick footballs, and go out there and play the heart out for the team. Playing the heart out for the team, wow, that's what I'd like to see Liverpool Football Club do at the moment. Apologies for Dan. I'm glad he's not here, to be honest, because he'd be roasting me now because of Liverpool and Everton being above, on goal difference and what have you. But it's one of those things, I suppose. I've still got enough celebrations inside me to carry me on till the end of the season from last season. So we've got to grin and bear it at the moment, all the stick that we're getting. We've got to put up with it. We give it all out each week when we've been on top, when we've been winning things. We've got to take the good with the bad, and obviously, wins are going to be coming. And I'm still not giving up the Premier League. I'm not. People can laugh out there as much as they want, but that team is good enough to go unbeaten till the end of the season. It is. Maybe it won't happen, but I've got to be confident, because always remember that shirt, that Liverpool shirt, when Mo Salah came out and said, "We believe." Barcelona, and what did we do? We've done okay in the Champions League, except for PSV the other night. Yes, we should have really murdered PSV. I was still confident when we were 2-1 down at half time, and I thought we'd really come back, but it seemed to me that all the players want to give up. I've never seen the Liverpool players at the moment, they can't control the ball or put a pass together. It didn't make sense. And Van Dijk, I don't know what he was doing. Got loads and loads of praise for Van Dijk, but when he comes over and starts arguing about he was pushed to make him give that penalty away. How tall's Van Dijk? And he's reaching up with his arm, and that was a blatant handball. You can't argue that. He should have just put his head down in shame and started, not arguing back, but just got on with the game and got all his players together. He started doing a captain's job. There's the side, and that is us in trouble. That's what it's meaning. Let's go and arrest all our players. No, I've still got belief in the players. I don't know what it is, what sort of system we are trying to play, because I can't work a system out at the moment. And I couldn't with the goalkeeper there. I don't know whether anyone noticed with the goalkeeper as well. Blatant handball, goalkeeper not even standing in the middle, in the centre, and does a movement towards his right. The player, it was easy to, oh dear me, he's going that way, I'll just put it here. It was a giveaway. And then Canate, I don't know, these are 3 mistakes really that we're looking at with players. We really, really are, and I just don't know. So Bosley, brilliant, can't knock him. Was he a right back? Did he start right back? Because everything changes right the way through. And it looks desperation, but I don't know why. I don't know why, because if you've got belief in what you can do and the confidence, you just go for it. Could you imagine you, me, or anyone else in your place of work and coming up with excuses like that? Would you last in your job? No, you wouldn't. And everyone, well, the pundits, just a message to the pundits, just to lay back. At the end of the day, Arne Slot is putting the team out there, and every Liverpool fan knows themselves. You wear the red shirt, that's it. You get supported through and through, and that's the way it should have been. Unfortunately, there was a lot of boos at the end of the game, and I just believe Arne Slot should just start being a manager on the sidelines and having a go with his players. Because if Jürgen was there, he'd be screaming at those players, and they'd know about it. And that's what I like to see in a management's job. And I'm not talking grassroots football here, I'm talking Premier League football where players get a lot of money. And all I want to see is a manager getting hold and getting a grip of his players and dominating himself on the sidelines. At the moment, he's not acting like a manager, as a manager should do, give all these information. No good just standing there. Someone said it looked like he was waiting for a bus when Liverpool were getting beat. Standing on the sidelines, you can't do it. You can't do it. You just need to motivate yourself to motivate the players, and that's what I think. And hopefully the players just, well, I don't know, they're adults, they know the game. Come on, why do you need a manager on the sideline to turn around and tell you what to do when you're on £200,000-300,000 per week? You're on that because of the way you play. That's what you're on it for, because people have recognised you as a top player. It doesn't make sense. Every single one of those Liverpool players want to stand up and be counted and go and play a normal game. Take everything away, whatever in your head, and focus. Because once I got in touch with Liverpool Football Club and asked them, could the players hold a t-shirt up just for the REFspect, because we had their awareness, and the answer was no. Those players, you wouldn't believe, are so focused on the game that we don't want to take anything away from their minds. Focused, they need to focus on a game of football and winning and scoring goals, playing as a team. That's all we want to see, playing as a team. No excuses. We'll take the banter, I'll take the banter, not a problem. I just hope that Liverpool can start putting performances together. And I've got to say about these pundits who all come on there and really slate whatever you're doing, and they all forget where they all were when they were playing, what they were doing, and the mistakes they were making, and they were in teams that were playing poor. So it doesn't give them the right to turn around. If they were players, why does it give an ex-player the right to slate a manager and say, you've only got a week left? In my eyes, a week left? What pressure is that from an ex-Liverpool player who's supposed to be a Red supporting the team? You should get on there and just say, I'm throwing my weight behind Liverpool, we've got to do it. Like Steve McManaman and Steve Gerrard the other day on Football were absolutely outstanding in what they were saying and explaining to all the viewers and listeners about the game and what they're going through, and they won't call it a crisis. And then you've got Jamie Carragher turning around saying you've got 3 games left and you've got to get 7 points out of them or you're gone. How can an ex-player say that about a manager who's just won a league title? It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, Jamie was a good player, everyone supported Jamie, but Jamie had his bad days and bad weeks as well. But to come out and slate a manager when he's never been a manager is beyond a joke to me. Everyone's saying it stops at a manager. It stops on the field of play. The players are multi-millionaires playing their game. Talk about your own jobs. Work out your own jobs. Would you be in a job if you didn't perform every day when you went into work, or week in, week out? No, you'd be out your job, and you're only on a pittance of wage anyway. These are on hundreds of thousands of pounds to perform. There's no excuse. They need to get out there and play to the best of their ability, because they're not at the moment, giving the ball away. And sometimes Kirkes is running around like a headless chicken, and I just don't think he's got it. And maybe it's rubbing off on other players, looking at players and going, oh, wow, he's going to give something away here, I've got to make up for it. And then they tend to make mistakes and just get behind the team. Let's go for it. West Ham, tough game. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. And if we draw, we draw. And it's looking like a draw at the moment, just to gain something, because we haven't drawn all season. So we need to either win or draw. But I'd just say to that team, get out there and play your all and go and get goals. You can do it, you're capable, and it'll be nice to see Alisson back, even though he conceded 3 on his last game as well. Well, what did all the pundits say? You can't blame the goalie there. They should have been defenders. It doesn't make sense yet. A manager who doesn't kick a ball on the field of play, you blame him. So should we take the blame from 2 honest lot and say Alisson just conceded 3? What are you going to do about that? When the pundits are saying themselves it's not his fault, it wasn't the keeper's fault, couldn't get near them. Where's the protection for the manager? You've got to have it. And come on, as a Red, once a Red, always a Red. That's it. We're getting the stick off the blue side. Yes, we will do, and the Manchester United and the whole country, because everyone detests Liverpool Football Club. We know that. We know it, and that's only jealousy. That is because Liverpool were used to winning everything and winning big games. Now it's gone a little bit. The whole country is buzzing, and I mean including the media as well and pundits. But You wouldn't expect that from ex-Liverpool players to go out and slate them. So well done to Steve McManaman, Stevie J. They were outstanding and in their comments. So let's see what happens this coming Sunday. Fingers crossed. You know, I could be here next week saying now and saying, wow, what are we going to do now? We've got just been beaten by West Ham. We've got Sunderland at home on Wednesday. Got nice 3 games now to turn it all around. Imagine if we won all 3. Imagine. I'd like to hear what Jamie Carragher would say then, you know. But we're not out of the woods yet. You get 9 points and then it'd be lose it the next game, you know. Let's see what happens. Anyway, Grassroots football. Good luck to everyone out there tomorrow and on Sunday. The kids play their hearts out week in, week out. Whether they lose, whether they draw, whether they win, they're there in all weathers and they're giving as much as they possibly can. Great to see. And it's lovely to watch. And I think what we should do is just these professional footballers, get them all out to grassroots football and watch them playing the kids, or watch them and see how the kids play, because they're playing good football and they're all working together as a team, running around non-stop, talking, shouting, and these are youngsters. Maybe they'll learn a lot from grassroots football. Send out the Premier League to watch the kids play. And everyone's going on about Arsenal, by the way. We just jumped off grassroots football. They're going to win everything. I think we're going to have a sticky patch very, very soon. You see. Anyway, I'm not hoping. I just believe it is. And that's what happens. It all goes around, in football, even in grassroots. Anyway, fingers crossed, all the games are on tomorrow. All the kids enjoy themselves. Everyone adheres to the laws of the game on the field of play. Everyone adheres to the rules set out by the leagues from the sidelines on the field of play as well, by the committees who run the junior football leagues, who say you break the rules, obviously you suffer the consequences. And that's what's happening in grassroots football as well, from governing bodies with your local county FAs all over social media now about parents, ex-managers all being banned for a certain amount of games. Will there be an indefinite ban? Guaranteed that will come up, but it should be a lot more than 1 or 2 people. There should be a lot more, because the way we get feedback from grassroots football, we've been saying for probably 12 months, 2 years, that there needs to be a really good hard stance in grassroots football, because these people, irate people, spectators, dads, mothers, even referees who are managers who are going out there and spoiling it for everyone else. And that's what it is, to be all and end all, spoiling it for everyone else. So come on, if your Premier League team gets beat, put it to the back of your mind and let's all support the kids who are playing football and then get a win, or just a good performance out of them, and you'll enjoy it more. Don't be irate on the sidelines. What we say to all your irate parents and spectators is, if you're that such a person and you realise that you are doing this and spoiling it for everyone else, simply stay away from the game. Stay away from the game, honestly. It makes a difference to be away. It really, really does, because you're encouraging the kids to play football then without any disturbances from the sidelines. We don't need sideline referees. We don't need sideline coaches. What we need is support, encouragement on and off the field of play, because the kids will grow up like that with bad attitudes if you, as a parent or a spectator or a family member, are irate right the way through the game and having a go at your target. Because if you're irate, the target is the referee, regardless, and they think that that referee is cheating them out of the game. Well, it's not. You know, because you'd ask those people who are irate, they won't go on there and spend their money on a course and go and do a referee's course. It's hard work. It really, really is. And I keep saying, as a manager, when I was running football teams, umpteen times you try to, or a referee doesn't turn up, you have to go on and do a half each. And I had to do one that, honestly, where the other manager didn't want to do it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. Running a team is hard enough, we know that. And when you get put in that position where you have to officiate a game as well, you understand the hardness on it. Now, it is hard because we don't ask referees to run a game and run the team as well, because that would confuse them. But when a manager or coach has to do it, he's got all that as well, because he's got the kids saying, when am I going on, who's coming off, why am I playing up front, why am I not in that position, I can't do that position, I need a game. And that's what happens with kids, because they pester the manager. Now come on, no matter what, I stand there and I talk to a manager, and there's kids come over and they always get the tug on the shirt sleeve or on their arm, and they say, when am I going on? And it's always the same with kids, and we've had it right the way through. And you must admit, must nod your heads there, coaches and managers, that's exactly what happens. And you have to say, in 2 minutes time, do you want me to hold the watch? They can't wait for that time to come on, so, or run out, so they get on. And it is hard, so what we're saying is, respect your referee, please, on and off the field of play. Without them, there is no game. Without your committees in grassroots football, there is no football. You wouldn't need the referees, you wouldn't need the teams. Teams would just be playing on a park, having a kick around, getting together. So we've got to respect each other, got to have a circle of friendship, and that includes your managers, your coaches, your parents, your spectators, the kids who play the football, and also the committees around that circle. Respect each other, everyone. Let's work together, let's enjoy grassroots football more and more. It really isn't a bad thing to watch and encourage kids playing football. They develop their skills, they develop their performances, and it's the same for the referees as well. And you know what, these referees are youngsters all around now. There's more and more youngsters coming into the game. Have a look at your league, have a look, and you can tell that they're still at school. So we don't want irate parents or spectators to have a go at the kids. We don't. And just an apology why we're on here. Obviously young Dan's not here, as we said earlier on. Jaden's not here because it's pointless at the moment until Dan can get into the studio, because Spotify is still down, and what we're waiting on is the banks to sort our card out so we can purchase a brand new iMac and get Spotify up and running and get the work done in here. I am just holding on and desperate to get it done. I can see me working Christmas Day having a go at this, because we want to make it more positive and more interactive, to be honest, with the kids who come into the studio, our guests coming into the studio. Will make a difference, honestly they will, and there'll be a nice cup of tea for them, biscuits when they come in, really make them feel welcome. And we can't wait to get Jay and Craig in from Quarry Green Vipers. We'll invite them in, they'll come in and they'll talk all about their walk and how they raise the money and the donations that they're making to Don't Cross the Line with our Heart of Gold initiative, which is one step ahead on mental health. We're all getting together to make a difference in that as well. Yes, we are, because we don't want kids suffering with mental health struggles, not one little bit. And welcome, and well done, should I say, and I think it may start this weekend, I'm not too sure, I think it does, where the Kirby Christmas Crusade is with Franny and Mark, who are doing an absolutely unbelievable job, and Father Christmas as well. Yes, Father Christmas, who has been in this studio, believe me, done a little bit of an interview. They're doing a great thing for the kids out there, and there's loads of kids who they'll be helping who will suffer with mental health struggles as well, and they're putting a smile on probably over 10,000 children over the Christmas period, or should I say before the Christmas. Every one of those kids get a nice selection box. Yes, they do, every single one of them, because they're doing a Christmas crusade, which includes a big parade of all characters, including Father Christmas, music, people getting involved, people singing and dancing, all getting in the festive spirit, and they're bringing all this to all the children of Kirby. So we wish them all the very best of luck in 2025 and hope that those kids will always remember them, and we will, because as we talked to Franny, sometimes he's in a costume and he said behind that mask there's tears of joy streaming down his face. Doesn't that speak volumes, that the people out there are all making a difference in grassroots football? These are involved in it, and they're doing something to involve their communities as well. They wish they could do all over the world, they do. Well, Father Christmas does that, and he's part of it. So we'll be appearing on the Kirby Christmas Crusade parade sleigh, shall we say, and I think it may be this weekend, so we'd like to wish them all the very best of luck at the moment. That's coming from us at Across the Line, Heart of Gold Initiatives and our REFspect programme as well. So there you go, Craig, we've got Craig, Jay, Mark and Franny and Father Christmas as well. And Father Christmas knows who he is. He knows, thumbs up to us, and everyone who's doing a fantastic job in grassroots football and beyond. We wish you all the very, very best. But we'll be talking about that, wishing everyone happy Christmas as we go on in the next few games. So if you're out and about tomorrow, or a few weeks should I say, not games, and you've got grassroots football, please respect the referee. Loads of REFspect on and off the field of play. Look for or try and get involved in our REFspect awareness weekends, 12th, 18th and 25th of April 2026. We want to make a massive difference, not just in grassroots football as well, and we ask all the teams to do something. We want to put a nice prize up as well for the winning team who come up with an idea on those weekends how they can support our referees. Let's get together and let's make a difference. When you're out and about, REFspect on and off the field of play. Have a great weekend of football, even though we are back on tomorrow, I should. And Kirby, please, the John O'Leary League, just bear with me. I have not had a minute to get up there, but I promise you I will. There's been a load of roadworks as well, that puts me behind. Those roadworks are absolutely scandalous. I think the committee will understand there, and I'll be up there. I'm not left it alone. Have a great weekend of football as well, especially if your games are on, because they are grass pitches, and if they are off, commiserations to everyone, but the 3G, 4G pitches will be on. So have a great time and respect your referee on and off the field of play. We'll see you again sometime around about 4 o'clock tomorrow. Premier League is back, grassroots football is back. From myself, Matt Lee, and all the team here, the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, REFspect programme, Heart of Gold initiatives, no ref, no game, and one step ahead on mental health. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheerio for now.